Hi everybody, and welcome to the last session of the winter mystery block. I thought I'd try and do it like this as well and cut in some photographs of what you're doing, just because I thought it might be a bit different for you. So you should have by now finished all of your blocks, and you will have various diagrams that show you how the blocks actually go together. So you'll have something that looks like this, and then you'll have something that looks like this with colour codes on it. I'll bring that a bit nearer so you can see, and then you'll have your notes. So here we are, and this bit's the exciting bit, I guess. So the stitching order which you need to go, now remember that a lot of your blocks are similar sizes, so your 4.5s and your 8.5s. If you want to lay it out before you start stitching and you decide that you want a block in a different place, then that's absolutely fine. You can switch your 8.5 blocks around and your 4.5s, but this is how I put mine together. So you're going to start with everything that is marked in yellow on the diagram, and you are going to take your chicken block, and on either side of that you are going to stitch the 4x6 rocket blocks. Once you've done that, you are going to add the prairie point block along the bottom of that, and I'm going to intersperse photographs with this, and I hope I'm leaving suitable gaps to allow me to cut the video and actually put those in. The next section we're going to do is coloured in maroon, and that's going to be your house, wreath and skate blocks. And you're going to start with your house block on the left, and you're going to add one of your 2x8 lace blocks to that, and then the 8x8 wreath, then another lace block 2x8, and then the skates. And you'll stitch all of those and you'll press them. And then you're going to stitch those 5 blocks to the bottom of the prairie points, so that will give you one large piece. And then to the right of that you are going to stitch the moon block, so you'll end up with the whole top section of the quilt put together. Moving on, you are going to join the poinsettia block to the top of the robin block. So you'll have the poinsettia on the top and the robins underneath. And then you're going to take your wind vane and you're going to attach that to the skeleton leaves, with the skeleton leads at the bottom. And now you're going to join these 2 blocks together so that the wind vane is to the right of the poinsettia, and press those. Next, marked in red, you're going to take one of your 4x4 lace blocks and your log cabin block, your small log cabin block, and you're going to stitch those 2 one on top of the other. It doesn't matter really, I've put the lace on top, you can do whichever. And then these 2 are going to be attached to the left of your snowflake block. Next, marked in green, you are going to join the pine cone block to the top of your geese block. And then to the left of that you are going to do the tree block, the one that is made up of flying geese, and that is going to stitch to the left of those. Then the trees and pine cones you are going to attach to the bottom of the snowflake and log cabin. And then that block is going to attach to the right of the wind vane and skeleton blocks, and that will give you another long block. So put that one aside. Okay, moving on, we are going to join the heart block a spinner block and another heart block, one on top of the other. So the spinner sits in the middle of two hearts, and to the left of that you are going to join the ivy block. That's the 4x12. Press those, and then attach to the right of the hearts and spinner your woodland block. Put that aside. Get your acorn and other spinner and join those through the centre so that they are side by side, the spinner to the right of the acorns. And then join these two to the top of your star block. Then join those three blocks to the left of the woodland. Take the falling leaves block and join the geese log cabin to the bottom of that block and press those. Now, the second set of blocks that you drew, which has got the ivy and the woodland blocks included in it, join that to the bottom of the robins and skeleton leaves. So that will go right along the bottom. And then to the left of those blocks, once you've pressed them, attach the falling leaves and geese log cabin. And that gives you the bottom half of the quilt. And finally, attach the whole of this piece to the top half so that the snowflake sits under the blue moon, poinsettias under the wreath, and the falling leaves are under the house. Hoping that makes sense. I've got photographs that I'll be showing you, so you'll be able to see those and what it looks like as well. And then right at the start of the course, you should have cut some 4.5-inch strips from your background fabric, and you are going to add these as borders, but I haven't done mine yet because I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. I rather fancy extending a couple of falling leaves out on the left of my block, maybe a few sort of fireworks around the rockets and so on. You know, like, it's really up to you. You could do some more embroidery around it and decide. You could make cornerstones whereby you add small designs to that. You could replicate some of your other blocks that you've made, your spinners or something like that. And I'm going to really look forward to seeing some of what you do. As soon as I've done mine, I will add a picture of it and send it all to you all. So enjoy. Please send me photos. You can contact me if you get stuck. That's all, folks.